One of the core tenets of the Jägermeister Cup is local rivalries. Usually divided by conference, this in-state rivalry is brought back into the picture on the final match day of the group stage. That's right, it's time for part 2 of Lexington versus Louisville, presented by Republic Bank. Welcome one and all to the broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster. I'm joined by Antonio Aquilino. Here is the look from the group. Lou City, if Loudoun stumble today, could hop them and take the group, but they might be thinking more about getting 3 points just to keep themselves in the conversation for one of those 2 wild card spots. Lexington also not mathematically eliminated, but so many different dominoes need to fall in their favor for them to make it through. So today might be a little bit more about getting one up on their in-state rival than anything else. But with that in mind, let's talk about how these 2 teams got here, starting with Lexington. Unfortunately, the Jägermeister Cup got off to a pretty rough start. A 96-minute winner for Loudoun United here. They were able to improve with each result, though, getting a draw in the next game and then knocking out the Richmond Kickers in the third or previous match in the Jaeger Cup coming into this one. But Antonio, as I was mentioning, they're in a good run of form in league play now, and they'd love to build up some steam going forward with a win against their rivals.
They're going to be hoping to bring that momentum in cup play. This is such a ruthless and cutthroat competition. One poor result and you have 1 foot out the door with the wild card rule. Only 2 second place teams advance.
Here's a look at the USL Championship Player of the Week. He'll be starting in goal once again. Brooks Thompson, he stepped in a couple games ago for Logan Ketter due to a concussion, and he has taken hold of that spot.
Yeah, solid goalkeeper at 6'4". He has 2 clean sheets this season. He's a player at that young age is still developing, still improving, and can prove to be one of the better goalkeepers in this league for years to come.
Now let's pivot over to the Lou City side of things. Their Jägermeister Cup aspirations are a little bit better. You can see this result against the Richmond Kickers. That's how they started out their campaign. They did then take a loss to Loudoun United, which is why Loudoun United sit above them in the group standings right now. But then they bounced back with the win against North Carolina FC. So they are certainly in the conversation for at least getting one of those wild card spots. And you know, if it's Lou City and there's a cup on the line, they're going to throw everything at it.
They have that winning culture, and the mentality all starts with the manager on the bench and Danny Cruz. They're expecting a victory here this evening, but it won't be easy.
Well, they'll be looking to a familiar face, Cameron Lancaster, to contribute. A longtime Lou City player, but currently on loan from Lexington.
And it's always special when you go back and face your former club. He'll be looking for some payback and find the back of the net. He's going up against a stingy defense. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
It's going to be a packed house in Lexington tonight. Should be a ton of fun. It's the Commonwealth Cup in the Jägermeister Cup. Double the tension. Let's see if it's double the drama. Kickoff is on deck after this break on ESPN+. We will see you then.
I shouldn't be here. That's what the first 3 doctors said. That even if I made it to remission, I'd probably never climb again. But I did, because I wanted a different answer. And I found it at UK Healthcare. They took a drug nobody else had yet. 12 rounds of chemo and a 16-person team. But here I am, right where I was never supposed to be.
Who is Lexington Sporting Club? We are the professional soccer team in the heart of the Bluegrass. From our Youth Academy to the Women's Super League to the Men's USL Championship team, we're building the future. From every corner of Lexington, we are united under one crest. This is your team. This is your community. Together, we are creating our story and leaving our mark. This isn't just any club. It's a club to call your own. Get your tickets today at lexsporting.com/tickets.
Success isn't a game of chance. It's about making the right moves. Just like Lexington Sporting Club, Commonwealth Credit Union aims to win by helping you defend your goals and keeping your money on the attack. As the official credit union of Lexington Sporting Club, we're empowering success on the field and in your finances with smarter banking options and unbeatable service. Are you ready to take the lead? Then get the home field advantage for your finances, only with Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
We live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Let's take a look at our starting 11s for this match. Debuting their Icicle kits tonight. Here's what the home side's trotting out.
Yeah, Corey Burke up front. Look for him to be very active here today. 3 goals in the USL this season. 1 goal in the Cup. The Jamaican, plenty of international experience. Lexington, they are desperately looking for a victory. And they haven't beaten Louisville in their last 2. So they're looking to get that off the mark.
Terry Boss's side trying to take this win, pick up some steam back into the league competition. Meanwhile, on Louisville's side of things, the 3-4-3 formation, though Cleedle and Serrano will probably sit behind Lancaster.
Yeah, and it's Taylor Davila in midfield who pulls the strings for this side. As long as he goes, this Louisville side also goes, looking to improve offensively as well.
This match is powered by Republic Bank, your hometown team for banking. Whether you're scoring goals or saving for one, it's your time to thrive with Republic Bank. Republic Bank, time to thrive, member FDIC. Our head official for this evening's match is Corbin May. And we are off and running here. It's part 2 of the Commonwealth Cup, and it's the final match day for both of these sides in the Jägermeister Cup. Both with the chance to advance. But both sides will be hunting for all 3 points here to increase those odds. Excited to get this one going. It'll be Lexington in the blue uniforms. So for those who have been watching Lexington this season and you weren't aware of that happening, you might be a little bit confused for a moment, but the new unis inspired by the University of Kentucky, of course, based in Lexington. It'll be Louisville in their road white unis. Head coach Terry Boss coming into this game said what's at stake is momentum as we get an early corner kick. Lancaster drives it in, takes the bounce. And a missed skip there. And it'll roll out harmlessly. Yeah, Terry Boss, head coach for Lexington, talked about how the fans have been so good to this side this year. And he said, we want to reward them too. In this game, given how many fans are in attendance, you'll be able to look around during the game and see as those seats continue to fill up. It's an opportunity to win some new fans as well, because sure, you're going to get some of the diehards here, but they sold out the stadium for this match, which means there's some new people that are in attendance watching them for probably the first time. And if you can put on a good show against a local rival, then maybe you get them to another game after this.
A wonderful atmosphere for football. Good to see the sun out after all that rain that was coming down just hours ago. Perfect weather for some football.
There's a look at Danny Cruz, the head man in charge of Lou City, for this early stoppage after they've got a player down on each side. So an early halting to this one. Let's see and identify who exactly went down. It happened on a collision in the air. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Toyota. Go ahead and take it away, Antonio.
Yeah, for Lexington, it's about being brave at the back. They have been so good defensively. 3 clean sheets in their last 4 games in all comps, and Meanwhile, for Louisville, finish your chances. We spoke with head coach Danny Cruz, and he brought up how important it is to take advantage of the opportunities that are going to present themselves. They failed to do so lately. They scored just more than 1 goal once in their last 5 games, so they have to improve in that aspect. Scoring just once, more often than not, that's not going to be enough to get it done.
Back in play here, which is good news for those involved. I'd like to see when the official waves the 2 collided players back onto the pitch. Lexington with a venture forward. You mentioned 1 goal is not going to win you a lion's share of matches. It was a 1-1 draw last time out for Lou City against Tulsa, in a pretty tantalizing matchup between 2 of the top teams in the East and the West. Both goals being scored in stoppage time. Danny Cruz got a chance to look back at the data, and he felt they did a really good job of limiting Tulsa's chances. And they created quite a few, but just were not clinical enough when they could have been. He said it felt like 2 points dropped. He said, we knew they were dangerous on set pieces, and then you concede on a set piece at the death of the match, right after you just scored to take the lead. But he also looked at the positives. They were able to generate more chances against that Tulsa side than most teams are. That Tulsa team's incredibly stingy on the back end. He said they blocked shots, they made some great saves, so kudos to them for stepping up in those moments. And on the home side, on the prowl once again, Zenge. Play it back to Caceres. A couple of players getting the opportunities to get some minutes in this one, improve themselves for Terry Boss. Edric Caceres in the starting lineup. Xavier Zenge getting another look. CJ Olney playing further on the pitch, also getting the opportunity to start. And we've got a corner kick now. And you can hear the applause from the fans in attendance, appreciating the effort.
Very well done from Adedokun, not giving up on that ball. Last touch coming off of Jones. Corner kick opportunity.
It's taken short. Curling ball, headed just away. That's a difficult header to make. But the veteran Kyle Adams, more than capable of executing on it. His 3rd year with Lou City. Even positioned towards his own goal. He knows how to get it off target and avoid any danger. So another corner for Lexington. Adedokun plays it short. Caceres sends in the ball, takes a bounce. And another corner kick incoming.
Second cross, these opening 7 minutes. Just peppering this Louisville back line with the aerial balls. The clearance here, leaving a lot to be desired. That ball can go anywhere. Luckily for the visitors, it's out for a corner.
Are the home corner kicks supposed to be Commonwealth Credit Union corner kicks? That's another Commonwealth Credit Union corner kick. 3 of them in succession. This one chopped in inventively. The home side will once again pick up possession. Try to recycle it forward. They're coming off a 0-0 draw all the way over on the West Coast against Sacramento Republic in league play. A game they went down to 10 men in the first half. And Terry Boss described the result as incredibly brave defensively. They didn't flinch. Talked about the fact that it's pretty wild. They've had 4 matches this year now where they've gone down a man, and they're not a particularly aggressive team. Felt it was a shame in the context of the match because he felt like it was going to be a really good bout between the two sides. But of course, you lose a man, that changes the complexity of the game pretty drastically. But he said it was the match he was the most proud of from his group this season. They were determined to not allow anything through. And now they'll have to lock down defensively here against Lou City. First chance for the visitors to conjure up something here after the opening moments. Davila and Serrano behind the dead ball. Davila with the curling service, headed outward. So coming into this game, Lexington have 4 points in the Jägermeister Cup, 6 points for Lou City. There is a scenario that Lou City can win the group should North Carolina FC have a number on Loudoun United. We'll give them the opportunity to hop them in the group standings, but if you want to operate under the assumption that that doesn't happen, there's still an opportunity for Lou City to get one of those 2 wild card spots in the Jägermeister Cup. And 9 points, which would mean winning this game, may be enough to do it. But the fact of the matter is, Antonio, there are so many teams that are in that conversation for a wild card spot. I mean, you could go down the list. As Amadou Dia crosses it in, headed upward. One-timer towards goal, blocked by a teammate. Friendly fire or a friendly block there, you could say, for Lou City. Serrano bringing it forward. The cross into the penalty area, takes a bounce, one-time shot straight into the hands of Brooks Thompson. The USL Championship Player of the Week getting a save here.
The best chance of the match. Serrano getting a good ball in, plenty of height. Misplayed there, allowing it to bounce. His back line asking for trouble. McFadden normally in very good boots from that sort of range. Could have done better centrally. Thompson confident with the stop.
So Lou City now having the chance to enjoy some of the ball, something they don't necessarily have to do. They're a side that's very comfortable waiting for the opposition to make a mistake. But when you're gifted the ball, you take it, of course. Dia lofts it forward for Serrano. Took a deflection out for a goal kick. LSC fans, visit lexsporting.com to get your latest Lexington SC news, merchandise, and discounted ticket offers. That's lexsporting.com. You read my mind. So given all the different scenarios for how this final match day in the Jägermeister Cup can go, not only, of course, are you thinking about how many points do you get as a team, but then the odds are for those wildcard spots, there's going to be some ties on points, and the initial tiebreaker will be goals scored. Talked a little bit to both these coaches about how much are they considering that tiebreaker going into it, and Danny Cruz in particular, he said, look, we're going in to win the game. You can't really bother with the goal scored tiebreaker because there are kickoff time differences. Maybe if this were like a European decision day where every match is happening at the same time, then you might get a call in the 75th minute going, hey, you guys need to score another goal. But at the end of the day, if you're too focused on trying to score goals and you end up losing the game, then you're not even giving yourself a good shot in the first place. So I think that's the proper approach to have to it. It's not to say they wouldn't love to bag in 4 goals, but as you mentioned earlier, they've been struggling to score more than 1 in any of these matches as of late. And the first order of business is getting all 3 points. That was an ambitious challenge, to put it lightly, from Amadou Dia, trying to get to that ball before Senge.
Good passing sequence. City trying to attack this left flank. That's where the previous cross from Serrano found McFadden. Found some success on the near side. Senge under pressure from Lexington.
So we've talked about the Jägermeister Cup implications, but there's another cup on the line here this evening. Of course, the Commonwealth Cup, which is settled between these 2 clubs for the first time in the history of these 2 franchises' existence. Of course, Lexington jumping up to the USL Championship this year from USL League One. And they decided that the way they want to settle it is through an aggregate in the 2 matches they have this season. They meet once, or they already met once in league play, and then they have this one here. Louisville City victorious in that first match 2-0. So right now they're in the driver's seat for claiming that silverware. Dia. That one smothered away. Dia and Senge already having a couple of one-on-one bouts over in that left-hand side. It'll be Josh Jones, who is a long throw specialist. Trebuchet's this one in. Headed along nicely. Still up in the air. Settled down, tapped away. Now a wind-up effort. Pinballs around. McFadden lays it inside. Hits the side netting. A couple of fans from an improper vantage point celebrating, but it is a shot off frame. The USL on ESPN2 winds down July with 2 conference matches between teams fighting to stay in the playoff race. Watch July 29th at 7 p.m. for an Eastern Conference matchup between Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC and Miami FC. And on Wednesday, July 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern in the Western Conference, Orange County SC takes on Phoenix Rising FC, all on ESPN2.
Good bit of press from Louisville City, winning the ball back immediately. Lexington having a difficult time getting in the opposition's half. Confidence right now and momentum in favor of the visitors.
Senge steps in, takes the ball from Dia. Now it's Corey Burke. Laying it to his left for Adidakun. Michael Adidakun steps inside, tries the shot. Jones intervenes. Pretty light contact there for the whistle. Fans in the stands don't agree with it either.
Yeah, Adidakun giving away a number of inches and pounds to Jones. Sure. There was enough contact to warrant a free kick there. Adidakun, every chance he has the green light from the coaching staff to go at this Blue City back three and put pressure on it. So good one-on-one in space. Don't want to let him gather momentum running with the ball at his feet if you are Blue City.
Described as about as much of a handful as you can be at this level by Terry Boss. The young Michael Adidakun. Maloney from the MLS side, CF Montreal. I really like what they have in him. Burke settles this down. Tripped up from behind, play goes on, and now the whistle is sounded. Challenge from Kyle Adams. From behind against Corey Burke, the veteran. And that one can sting.
Mark, that should be a yellow card. Adams turned as Burke with a brilliant first touch to challenge from behind. Gets nowhere near the ball. And Burke is running towards the box. That is a challenge that puts out the fire, concedes a free kick, and can also be very dangerous for an offensive player running with the ball. Adams getting away with one there.
It's only an Adidakun behind the dead ball. Adidakun curls it in, and it's off the left post. Oh, so close.
What a cross played in the box, right in the danger zone. Lass flying for it, full extension. He doesn't get a fingertip to it. It's the woodwork that denies the home side the opening goal of this game. Tight marking in the box. Very good header in space.
Cheers to local beer. West 6th Brewing is proud to be the official craft beer of Lexington Sporting Club. Find their locally crafted beers all around the state of Kentucky. From the flagship West 6th IPA to Sixer Light Lager, there's something for everyone. Head to west6th.com to visit one of their dynamic tap rooms and learn more about Stadium Ale, the official craft beer of Lexington SC. So a really good moment there on the set piece for Lexington, but it remains 0-0 between these two in-state rivals. Watching this one on ESPN Plus, a ton of Jägermeister Cup games taking place right now, so appreciate you choosing to tune into this one with us. I gotta ask you, Antonio, how do you feel when a club releases a jersey that is in a color entirely different from their usual colors? Because I think on one side, sometimes it's cool to go against the grain, but at the same time, you want to represent your crest and the colors that your team has been propelling. Well, where do you stand on that?
Well, change sometimes can be interesting, and new colors can bring on new identities for certain clubs. But if you are a die-hard fan who has been a supporter of a certain team for a number of years, seeing different colors than the ones you are used to is always going to bring about maybe a different and altering opinion. These are beautiful jerseys, remembering the University of Kentucky, the Wildcats.
This one falls all the way through. An interjection clears it out for another corner kick.
And Adidakun is the player who these Lexington teammates are going to be looking for. This time the cross, the other side of the pitch, allowed to bounce. A tricky one for Lass. He's off his line. That shot could have created some troubles for the netminder. Good block. Ball out for another set piece.
Another Commonwealth Credit Union corner kick for Lexington. Edry Caceres is over there. They play it short. Now the service, floating in. Zenge. Lifted into the area once more. And punches and counter punches in this match between these two sides. Still locked at 0-0. Lexington know they have to be careful when they have possession. Terry Boss talking about how much respect they have for Louisville. He mentioned they're a very different unit from them in how they approach the game. They do not need the ball, can be very direct. Terry Boss had a lot of kudos to give to the work rate of the players for Lou City. So Danny has got those guys going. Talked about how much they need to meet their intensity, especially at the beginning of the match, because Lou City can start fast. I'd say they've been up for that challenge so far. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Danny Cruz talking about Lexington knew coming into this game they were going to get their best. Talked about how much the crowd's going to be packed, and they'll want to put on a good show, and their motivation will be to use the game as momentum going forward, which is something Terry Boss also told us. So both coaches in agreement there that this match can spill into regular season play, even if it doesn't have a direct effect on it. Any chance you get to play against your rival, that's a big game. Kendall Burks, no nonsense there. The USL Championship on CBS Sports Network wraps up July with a championship showdown. Eastern Conference Hartford Athletic take on one of the Western Conference top performers, New Mexico United, on Wednesday, July 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern. That'll be on the CBS Sports Network. Lovely ball inside, just knocked away. Top of the 18. Another shot that was taken at the top of the 18 and didn't get very far. And now a handball will bring this one back in favor of Lou City.
The high press from the visitors, securing possession once again right as Lexington were trying to play the ball out of the back. Dangerous cross from McFadden, and once again, shots coming in and numerous blocks and pinball action. That's something that creates confusion for goalkeepers. You want to be able to see that ball coming. The handball, now an opportunity for Lancaster and Davila. Two very good options standing over the ball.
Lancaster scoring that goal against Tulsa last time out for Louisville. Getting his first goal of the season. Wasn't able to find the back of the net while he was still here in Lexington. Though he scored many goals in his time across his career for Lou City. The go-ahead's been given. Lancaster. It's blocked, and now Corey Burke is breaking. Burke was trying to test the goalkeeper, and that did not come out the way he would have liked. That'll be an opportunity gone to the wayside for Lexington. Side coming into this game in some great form. 6 matches unbeaten, including their last 4 games, which were all on the road. 8 points out of the 12 potential they could have gotten out of those. Adidakun tried to sneak that one inside. He's got it again. Adidakun fires! Dragged wide. Heavily involved early on in this game, Michael Adidakun.
What an opportunity. Adidakun going one-on-one. His initial ball deflected. He gets it back, and Burke was wide open on the edge of the box, begging for that ball to be rolled his way. Not the best decision there. Adidakun was a tight angle, failed to get an attempt on target. The pass might have been the better of the solutions. Burke this season has been so good in front of goals. He has 3 in the USL, 1 in the Cup. Jamaican could have done better from a more central position.
And he also comes in with a load of MLS experience on top of that with the New York Red Bulls. So not only has he got the product this year, but he has the resume. The collective spirit of the group is continuing to grow for Lexington. Terry Boss was telling us that all year he's felt they've played well, but the results weren't necessarily reflecting that. Despite that, the guys continue to believe in the process. They stuck with what they were working on. And eventually, the results are now reflecting the way they've been playing. And so the biggest word of commendment he had for this side after that successful 4-game road stretch was just their continued commitment to their ideals, to their pillars. It's easy to not believe in something when you're not winning games, so be able to stick to a process, to stick to a set of values as a team. It's rewarding when you then see it to fruition. Of course, Lou City, a side that are always so strong in their foundational principles. Tuning into the Commonwealth Cup within the Jägermeister Cup. Sold out stadium here at Lexington SC Stadium. Beautiful venue for the home side. Some contact and a free kick incoming for Lou City.
Visitors very patient with their approach. Whenever Lexington have the ball in their own half, they read the situation and make that decision whether to press high or draw back in their own half. They are never forcing the issue. Read and react. That has been the game plan.
Hometown fans, why go far when the best day is right here at home? Embassy Suites Lexington Green is your go-to spot for a weekend staycation, a night out, hosting meetings and events or out-of-town friends. It's local, loyal, and always game day ready. Appeals for a handball won't be given. Service back to the right-hand side. Second cross headed upward. And a corner kick now for Lou City. Taylor Davila and Ray Serrano will be nearby the corner flag, but it appears Davila will be the one to take it. Davila sends it in. Adida Kuhn. Play will go on. Olney has it knocked away from him. Michael Adida Kuhn applying some pressure, and then a response challenge puts that attack to rest. And now a player for the visitors is down. That's Ray Serrano. A little hobbled, but he'll look to get it out of his system.
Quick move forward, Adidakun applying the pressure. Then contact with Olney. Slamming into Serrano. Two midfielders locking horns. It looked dangerous for a second. Lexington with numbers forward, the bounce not going their way, in Louisville cleaning everything up and regaining possession of the ball.
Play resumes as we've got about a little over 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go in the first half. Both sides still knotted up here at 0-0. Both units have had some decent opportunities, but nothing is broken through yet. We'll be looking for the services of Cameron Lancaster, player who's been so good in the USL for so long. And Danny Cruz says his experience really shows itself in and around the box because he just has a knack for where to move, where to put himself. And he knows how to finish it from a lot of different locations. That one trickled through, cleared away. That half-volleyed finish he had against FC Tulsa in that last match. Not an easy ball to hit. And a lot of injuries up top this season, and so they needed to bring in someone who could provide goals, and, well, Cameron Lancaster can certainly do that. So although signed with Lexington, loaned over back to his old stomping grounds of Louisville. They'll have another corner kick. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Corner taken short. Different vantage point service, bending inside. And it's over top. No harm for that.
Another cross played in by Taylor Davila. This one asking a lot. Very long ball in the area. Previous cross, Davila left it short, so midfielder not at his best right now. He's one of the key players for this New City side. Pulls the strings so well in the center of the park, both with the creativity that he has and also as a game breaker.
And boy, does he pull those strings. 5 assists in league play, 3 assists in the Jägermeister Cup. He knows how to find that look and get those goals for Lou City. He's also put it into the back of the net 2 times himself. Gail Gibert plays it in centrally for Williams. Always such a reliable source in the middle of the pitch, Speedy Williams. Another player who also has ties to this game. Speedy Williams, of course, spending several years with Lou City. Seems like wherever Speedy Williams goes, though, Speedy Williams wins. 4-time USL champion. Of course, lots of good memories during his time at Lou City.
We're on a stage now in this opening half. Both sides very cautious with the ball, very patient in possession, not wanting to throw many men forward. Lexington looking to play the ball on the ground, difficult to get through this Lou City midfield.
Oni playing it ahead for Burke, who's offside. Actually, that's Adida Kuhn. Our head official not pleased with the location of the restart. Well, whether it be the location or the timing of the restart. Adams rolls it over to his left for Dia. Serrano couldn't get very far. Ton of matches taking place right now. The Jägermeister Cup day started earlier with the Oakland Roots and Orange County. Orange County getting the 1-0 win over on the West Coast, the Oakland Coliseum. Another match in this group also underway. Charlotte Independence and the Richmond Kickers, as this one's been given away. A sidestep intervened by Joe Hafferty. Weedle was nearly in a great spot there. Adams rolling it over to Serrano. He swerves inside. Numbers pushing forward. Long distance shot. Fizzes wide. Josh Jones wanted all the glory there.
My goodness, Jones with an absolute rocket here. The back line for Lexington, closing down every space imaginable. Lou City forced to try their luck from distance and very nearly scoring an absolute worldie there. Jones hits that one so cleanly, laces through the sphere. Looking for that far post. Thompson would have had no chance at it had it been on target.
Searching ball up ahead, finds a blue jersey instead. So I was saying earlier, Charlotte Independence up 1-0 against the Richmond Kickers, which means they're sitting on 9 points. Lou City on the prowl again. Lancaster, patient with the ball, taps it back, lifted centrally. It's still in danger. Second shot deflects off. The visitors getting closer and closer.
And this is brave goalkeeping from Thompson. He puts his body in harm's way. He has to get a touch on that ball. That's exactly what he does. Davila, body fake. He moves the ball over to his right. And another excellent block from this Lexington back line.
That one will trickle all the way through. And it'll be a deep throw-in. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Bet you some of these people use SeatGeek. Sold out here at Lexington SC Stadium. But an exciting one so far. In the mixer, it's cleared out. And another long distance effort will be well off target from Kyle Adams.
with how well these sides are defending. Shots from distance are going to be a viable option. Adams saw what Jones did earlier, trying to replicate it. Results very different. Way above the crossbar. Adams getting nowhere near creating troubles for Thompson, who has been excellent in this opening half.
North Carolina FC and Loudoun United have kicked off. They're about 10 minutes into their match. It's still 0-0 there, as you would imagine. Of course, that game of utmost importance in this group. Right now, with Charlotte Independence leading 1-0 against the Richmond Kickers, they're the ones at the top of Group 5. A USL League One side trying to make it through to the knockout round. But they'll have to hope that North Carolina FC can help them out against Loudoun, and that this one stays at least somewhat in this line of score. They need either Lexington to win or to hold it to a draw. And the offside flag will go up once again on Adidakun.
And only had the pass available to him. The corridor was open. Adidakun was onside. The number 10 just wasn't sure about it. He hesitated a split second, and Adidakun drifting offside. When the decision was ultimately made, that could have been an excellent opportunity with just seconds left in this opening half.
Adams with the cross inside, ultimately well placed, but some good ushering done by the center backs. 45 minutes through, and we'll get one more tacked on.
1 minute of added time to the first half.
Caceres plays it back to Thompson. Maybe one more chance to push forward for Lexington if they hurry. It does not seem like they're going to opt to rush this, and may close things off here in the first half. The same place where we started. That's not for lack of action. Corbin May sounds the whistle, and it's 0-0 after 45 minutes. Some good chances for both sides. Lou City in particular really trying to kick down the door in the latter stages of the first half. But the line still sits at 0-0.
Both sides combining for 20 total shots.
Wow.
In that opening half of play. It's a wonder we're still 0-0.
Some heroic defending, some missed opportunities, but ultimately the opportunity to take all 3 points on the table for both sides. With that in mind, we're going to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the other elements of this rivalry, maybe some wholesome elements to it. 0-0 after 45 minutes. We'll see you after this break as we break all that down.
UK Healthcare Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine offers comprehensive treatments for bone, joint, and muscle disorders and injuries of all types. From complex repairs to complete replacements. UKHealthcare.com, the power of advanced medicine.
Race to the top.
You're on.
It's time to power up your old checking account. That's why Commonwealth Credit Union created Power Checking. This incredible all-in-one account powers your spending, and with built-in high-yield savings, grows your balance at the same time. No minimums, no limits, just unparalleled benefits.
Raise it back down.
So kick it up a notch with Power Checking, only from Commonwealth Credit Union, the official credit union of Lexington SC.
Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? the artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Who is Lexington Sporting Club? We are the professional soccer team in the heart of the Bluegrass. From our Youth Academy to the Women's Super League to the Men's USL Championship team, we're building the future. From every corner of Lexington, we are united under one crest. This is your team. This is your community. Together, we are creating our story and leaving our mark. This isn't just any club. It's a club to call your own. Get your tickets today at lexsporting.com/tickets.
UK Healthcare Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine offers comprehensive treatments for bone, joint, and muscle disorders and injuries of all types. From complex repairs to complete replacements. UKHealthcare.com, the power of advanced medicine.
We're back here for halftime here at Lexington SC Stadium. Nothing separating Lexington SC and Louisville City FC. After 45 minutes, Mark Schoenster and Antonio Aquilino with you here on ESPN Plus for the Commonwealth Cup in the Jägermeister Cup. Well, of course, it's a rivalry on the pitch between these two sides, but there's also a communal effort between these two Kentucky cities for the good, as both are competing in a food drive. First off, for Lexington, they're hoping that participants drop off non-perishable food items at God's Pantry Food Bank. Meanwhile, Louisville City fans and just people living in Louisville are being asked to donate to Dare to Care. And it's a chance just for the fans of each club to show their club pride and some competitiveness against each other in a very productive way. You know, soccer teams are more than just a club. They're also a venue to give back to the community. That's always such a big thing with every soccer club across the world. But with that in mind, going from local storylines to the world stage, let's take a look at what USL on the world stage has to offer.
The 2025 soccer summer has provided big moments on big stages, and the USL has played a major role. June's CONCACAF Gold Cup included a dozen current players from USL clubs, 9 from the Championship, 3 from League One. 7 of those players logged a total of more than 1,000 minutes. Las Vegas Lights' Edison Azcona scored a goal for the Dominican Republic, and the player that grabbed the spotlight was Guatemala's Rubio Rubin. The Charleston Battery forward scored and assisted a goal in a must-win match against Guadalupe. But Rubin was not finished. A perfect header in Guatemala's quarterfinal match against favored Canada set up a penalty kick shootout upset. League One's presence was also felt in the Gold Cup. Portland Hearts of Pine's Natty James played more than 120 minutes for Trinidad and Tobago. And it's these kinds of numbers that helped Rubio Rubin decide to return to USL.
Over the years, this league has only gotten more competitive. That creates an environment where, you know, national teams, especially in CONCACAF, call players, you know, playing in this league. In September, Rubin and Guatemala begin their final push to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. 9 more of those USL Gold Cup players are hoping for that phone call, itching to play as many minutes as possible. That's something that is spoken about in the national team, always with the head coaches. If you're scoring goals and you're assisting, helping your team, it's going to help you with the national team.
Loose in front, put home! Riverhounds go on top. Warren takes the shot. A banger to put Orange County up 3-1.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
This week on USL All Access, El Clamico delivers. We relive the sights, the sounds, and the backdrop of the great arena that was Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket for our inaugural CBS game on site. But now we turn the page. The rest of the week is all about Jaeger Cup. 24 different teams alive in this interleague competition. We'll break it down for you.
You heard Devin, 24 teams were still alive going into this weekend for the Jägermeister Cup. Both of these sides are part of that 24, and it's 0-0 after these two. Mark Schoenster, Antonio Aquilina with you here on ESPN+. Here's some storylines from across the USL. Of course, the Jägermeister Cup draw was finished the other day, and it's been determined what the configuration of the group winners in the wild card recipients are for the knockout round. Charlotte Independence, one of the USL League One sides, trying to make their way into the knockout stage for USL League One, currently sitting atop of this group, Group 5, as it stands right now, with their lead against the Richmond Kickers. So maybe there will be some third division representation in the knockout stage of the Jägermeister Cup. Of course, the Jägermeister Cup got its inaugural year in USL League One last season, so Charlotte Independence were a member of the knockout stage last year, trying to make it 2 years in a row in a broadened pool of competition. So with that in mind, let's talk about some of the games that are taking place right now. Here are the scores from outside of town. Of course, here we are. So Miami with the 1-0 lead, but the big one, as I just mentioned, 1-0 between the Charlotte Independence and the Richmond Kickers. Also, that game against Rhode Island and Hartford Athletic, that's a tasty matchup right now. A lot of tempers flaring between the two, and Hartford Athletic already with a dynamic over-the-head kick goal to take the lead in that one on the road. That's certainly a testy matchup between those two, and also a lot of Jaeger Cup implications in that one as well. The Greenville Triumph trailing 1-0 against FC Naples. That is one of the sides that is trying to keep up with the likes of maybe Lou City in the wild card race. In the 11, another one of those teams currently sitting at 8 points. As we get closer to the final whistle, we'll kind of talk about where potentially those two wild card spots could go, but there's still so much to happen. It's kind of hard to wrap our heads around what are the most likely options, because we also still have these games later in the evening. Monterey Bay against Aviolto, 11 p.m. Eastern time, has a huge impact on how that wild card race and how that group will break out over there in the West, Group 1. So there's so many variables, so many different directions it can go. You're just going to have to be locked in on ESPN Plus this entire day, because we're not going to know what the playoff picture looks like till the end of the night, and we don't know how this one's going to end until you tune in to the next 45 minutes here on ESPN Plus. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we have highlights and stats and the second half.
Success isn't a game of chance. It's about making the right moves. Just like Lexington Sporting Club, Commonwealth Credit Union aims to win by helping you defend your goals and keeping your money on the attack. As the official credit union of Lexington Sporting Club, we're empowering success on the field and in your finances with smarter banking options and unbeatable service. Are you ready to take the lead? Then get the home field advantage for your finances, only with Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Race to the top.
You're on.
It's time to power up your old checking account. That's why Commonwealth Credit Union created Power Checking. This incredible all-in-one account powers your spending, and with built-in high-yield savings, grows your balance at the same time. No minimums, no limits, just unparalleled benefits.
Raise it back down.
So kick it up a notch with Power Checking, only from Commonwealth Credit Union, the official credit union of Lexington SC.
I shouldn't be here. That's what the first 3 doctors said. That even if I made it to remission, I'd probably never climb again. But I did, because I wanted a different answer. And I found it at UK Healthcare. They took a drug nobody else had yet. 12 rounds of chemo and a 16-person team. But here I am, right where I was never supposed to be.
We live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Let's take a peek at the big chances in the first half of action. Mark Schoenster, Antonio Aquilino with you here on ESPN+. Both sides had many opportunities in this game, but they weren't able to break them through on any of the occasions.
Very entertaining matchup, both sides picking their spots and creating opportunities. This shot on frame, McFadden venturing forward from his right back position. Good ball striker, that time right down the middle. Thompson with a good save.
Here's a look at this set piece that went off the woodwork. One of the closest encounters for the home side to score, but this time the Pipes knocking it off frame. Another opportunity for Lexington, donning their icicle kits today. The blue unis. It was a very involved first half for Michael Adida-Kun. None of them were able to be converted by the young striker. And then Lou City had a good handful of chances, including this fizzing shot from Josh Jones. As we return to the second half of action, we do have a substitution being made. You hit me again. 23 for 10 for Lexington. So a change for the home side will be CJ Olney Jr. out, and Alfredo Midense steps in. Anything for Lou City? That'll be the only change from the first half of action. So 21 of the 22 players, the same as we saw, at least to start out this second half. To give you some of the stats and numbers from that first half, Lou City out shooting Lexington 15-5. 2 shots on target. Lexington hasn't gotten one on frame, although that header we saw in the highlight package was awfully close to being statistically on frame. It certainly hit the frame, but it's not had an opportunity that has warranted Damian Laz to get his hands on the ball. We'll see if any sort of tweaks to the offensive approach here will help Terry Boss's side, and if that little extra layer of clinicality for Louisville will be present here in the second half. They certainly had a handful of opportunities, which is a story that we were telling about that last game against Tulsa. They had a lot of chances, just couldn't put them away. Perhaps Alfredo Midense will also have a good impact on this one. 2 assists and a goal in the Jägermeister Cup. Midense, who started the year with Lexington, then got loaned to the Charlotte Independents, only to then get called back to help contribute to the USL Championship side. Now Lou City trying to keep up. with the Charlotte Independents in this Jägermeister Cup group, currently sitting atop in the standings. As it stands right now, though, if Lou City were able to score a goal and take the lead in this one and maintain that, they would go over top of the Charlotte Independents in the group standings and have a better goals scored, better goal differential. Of course, that's assuming the Charlotte Independents don't extend their lead against the Richmond Kickers, which is where all these different variables come into play. So many teams that are all active right now. The ref going to be generous here after it slipped out of the hands of Josh Jones. Aiden McFadden whips in the cross, a lot of air underneath it. Densey, the substitute, clearing it away. Doesn't get very far, though. Kyle Adams. End up being a goal kick at the end of things. So to go through everything again, Lexington definitely need all 3 points and need a slew of results to go their way if they're going to survive on to the knockout round. I think anyone with a reasonable understanding of the scenarios can understand that Lexington's effectively out, outside of something miraculous. There's a much more real chance for Lou City to move on. But that's not even the only motivation in this game, of course, this being the Commonwealth Cup and in-state rivalry. And so even if Lexington can't progress their Jägermeister Cup aspirations, they certainly would love to get a win over their rivals. Their first win ever against their rivals, should they do so. Good to see everyone back up on their feet. It was Serrano on the ground, went down in the first half as well. Good step in the middle, played back across. Just a little bit too high. 190 degrees in Lexington, Kentucky. Doesn't stop the fans from coming out after all the tickets being sold left and right for this match. A lot of festivities as well that may have been hampered a bit by the pregame rain. As you can see there, people of Kentucky have showed out. I'm sure there's a good contingent of Lou City fans who made the trip over.
A positive start to this second half for Lou City, pinning Lexington back. Good possession. Difficult to find space with so many players occupying it. Set pieces can be the difference maker here.
Davila. Service was just lacking. Serrano now sends in his cross, headed towards goal. Palmed over top by Thompson. Sprawling to the rescue, young Brooks Thompson does it again.
And we spoke about the qualities that he brings to the table. It's not just 6'4", he's quick as well. Look at that reaction time. Does he get a fingertip on that ball, or does it go directly onto the woodwork? Jones threatening, powerful header from the center back.
Looks like the deflection was off the crossbar, given the fact the goal kick was awarded. So just a shot off target for Josh Jones.
mark, even if it was on target. Thompson, who was right there, he would have gotten a fingertip save on that ball. Very good reaction time from the young American.
A guy that has been working incredibly hard and is well liked in the dressing room, which is always so important for a goalkeeper. Terry Voss talking about that. When you have the trust of the group, they're going to lay it all out for you. He said, we're lucky that we have two goalkeepers in Logan Ketterer and Brooks Thompson that the team as a whole likes. I'm talking about Brooks Thompson in particular. He's just got a confidence about him and has really stepped up. Weedle plays it in the center, booted away. Lexington on their heels right now. Thompson's name may be getting called again here soon. Had to step in for Logan Ketterer after he suffered a concussion, and they've been riding that hot hand since. Ketterer on the bench, so if they need him, he's back and ready to go. Jones again. Whistle sounds, the flag went up, and a corner kick. Actually, let's say it's off on Louisville. Fans visit lexsporting.com to shop at the Lexington SC Team Store, your one-stop destination for all the latest LSC gear and official merchandise. That's lexsporting.com. Burke heads it forward. For a moment, it looked like an opportunity was presenting itself, but Damian Loss, cognizant of the danger, gets up to the ball before anything could happen.
Lexington forwards have done such a good job at applying the pressure on these Blue City defenders whenever there's a bouncing ball or they are in possession. Right on top of them, making things difficult.
Vidense out wide to Adidakun. Michael Adidakun takes it himself and earns a corner. Tried to slip that one in to the left post.
That's another Commonwealth Credit Union corner for Lexington Sporting Club.
Good job getting on that ball. One-on-one, it's always going to be difficult staying in front of him. Adams, no chance there, giving him that much space. You need to get that attempt on frame. You need to generate enough power and placement to ask the questions of Loss in goal. That's something that Adidakun has failed to do in this game.
Commonwealth Credit Union corner kick. Skipping inside. And out for a goal kick. So Damian Loss will redistribute this one. The back three of Jones, Ordonez, and Adams in front of him. Josh Jones, the rookie, after 4 years at the University of Louisville, upgrades to the professional club in town. He's had a couple of opportunities on the offensive end, which he hasn't gotten involved with yet on the stat sheet. And he's been excellent for this side and it stepped in when Arturo Ordonez went out with injury. Now both of them are out there playing. I've seen some growth with his aptitude on the ball since he's gotten to Louisville. But talking to Danny Cruz coming into this game, since they had the chance to scout him pretty thoroughly given he was in their backyard, they had a little bit of a concern about his speed, but they realized it was just his first step that wasn't particularly explosive. He could really cover some ground over long distances. Saw that a little bit in the last game against Tulsa. Had one one-on-one moment where he shut down an opportunity all by himself in a precarious spot. Vidense walled off. Zengay. Where to go with it, so he'll backtrack. Lexington enjoying some possession here, which is a positive, but they need to stay on their toes because Louisville can jump on it just like that. And here comes Gleedle. Sam Gleedle, one-on-one. Gleedle across goal. Somewhere between a pass and a shot. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 in the new Sirius XM app. As I was saying, as it happened, having possession doesn't necessarily mean you're in a good spot against Lou City. Terry Boss said there are many occasions where teams can think they're winning the game because they have the ball against Louisville. That one nearly trickling through to Burke. Sliding challenge from Zengay wasn't quite successful for Lexington. That ball falls in the lap to Adida Kuhn. Damian Law smothers it.
Oh, what a moment in this game. Adida Kuhn in front of goal, a red carpet ball out of the back. Nigerian, this time he is able to hit the target, but what a stop by Lass. Marlon, let's take a look at it again. Lost so well to spread his body and make himself big, covering as much room as possible. He's able to make the save from point blank range. Sensational goalkeeping, and if you are Adida Kuhn, that is one that you definitely want back. A brilliant opportunity to put his side in front.
It was a lovely played ball. And now Louisville will attack on the other side. Jones with the throw. Tap back to him. And some contact against Jones. One-on-one with Corey Burke. He's going to stay with Lou City. Still the same starting 11 out there for Danny Cruz. There's some talks now being had with his coaching staff. Curling ball headed upward. Adida Kuhn turning on the burners. Adams gets there just a moment before him. Wonder how privy he was to the streaking blue jersey catching up to him. Serrano. Still Ray Serrano. Trying to chip it up to Lancaster. An unsuccessful endeavor. Brooks Thompson will distribute it to his right. It's Kendall Burks who will play it up the pitch. Densei loses it. Davila. He can be dangerous from this spot. This is off the back of Gleedle. Whistle will halt play because we do have a Lexington player down. Speedy Williams donning the captain's armband. Helped back up on his feet by Burke. Terry Boss in his first year with Lexington, taking over the club in their inaugural season in the USL Championship. He's really turned this ship around in the recent matches, a 6-game unbeaten streak. have been tough to break through. Lambert. That one whips inside. Volley off the outside of the boot. Still in the danger area. And now a corner kick.
And the Louisville players asking for a handball. It looked like on that rebound, the ball might have struck Burks on the arm. It was an awkward situation there for the Lexington center back, just seeing the ball come his way. He tries to get his arm out of the way. Fails to do so in time. Just playing with fire now. Lexington and Louisville gaining confidence in this second half.
Driven ball off target. And a goal kick for Lexington. Lexington SC fans, join us Saturday, August 9th at 6 p.m. at LSC Stadium to support our men's team as they take on Phoenix Rising FC. Bring the kids and celebrate the back-to-school bash presented by Chick-fil-A. Purchase your tickets today at lexsporting.com. I was just talking about that recent run of form for Lexington, that road trip. They're able to get a 1-0 victory on the road against Phoenix Rising. Looking to run that back. Josh Jones getting tended to on the pitch, and so both teams will get a chance to hear some words and instructions from their respective coaching staffs. Danny Cruz, 95 league victories, has the man in charge of Lou City, so certainly been more tenured than Terry Boss, given it's just his first year on the job. There's a substitution readying for Danny Cruz's side. Will be one of attacking nature. Once we get all the players back up on the pitch, we'll then show you just who is coming out for who. We're getting into the closing stages of this game where every opportunity starts to feel more and more crucial. So 2 changes to be exact now for Lou City, and then Jake Morris will be tacked onto that as well. So Jansen Wilson in for Cameron Lancaster. And it'll be Manny Perez will step in for Josh Jones. And then lastly, Jake Morris will sub in for Amadou Dia. So it'll be 3 personnel adjustments for Danny Cruz's unit. Morris, Perez, and Wilson in for Lou City. Jansen Wilson, the substitute, scored in their last Jägermeister Cup game against North Carolina FC. Worth noting, Charlotte Independence now up 2-0 against the Richmond Kickers, so they're seemingly going to end with 9 points. But Loudoun United have taken a 1-0 lead against North Carolina as this ball's whipped in. If this result holds the way it is, then Lou City is in trouble. And Charlotte Independence will be looking to be one of those sides advancing via one of the 2 wild card spots. And if they can find a goal, get up to 9 points, they can also be in that wild card conversation. And that's just talking about this group. There are swaths of teams in the other groups that are also all in that wild card conversation. I mean, I can go down the list for you. Greenville, Monterey Bay, Sac Republic, New Mexico, Birmingham, Hartford, Indy 11, San Antonio, Las Vegas, who don't have a game today but are already on 9 points. Rhode Island potentially. Curling ball goes all the way over top. Jansen Wilson trying to supply something after recently entering the game. There's just so much information to parse through here on this final day of the group stage of the Jaeger Cup. Long throw sent up, takes a bounce, now cleared away. Perez does well to shield off the contact. Now it's Wilson. Is it in centrally? Davila. Lambert rolls it out wide. That's a lovely step. Contact is waved off. Our head official, Corbin May, says nothing to that one.
Oh, Mark, can't wait to see that one again because contact was inside of the box. Zenge involved on the defensive end. Was it enough to warrant a penalty? Take a look at the replay in just a second.
McFadden rolls it out to the right-hand side. It's Perez. Manny Perez with a couple stutters and not on the same page with his teammate. Jansen Wilson didn't make the run and Perez was anticipating. All right, let's take a look at this one again.
One-on-one, Zenge extends his left leg. He plants it into the ground. The cutback is a good one. It's complicated for the match official.
It's right along that penalty line, but I mean, it's a foul to me. There's no play on the ball. That's close.
Zenge cannot just disappear there. And he was beaten on the sequence with the opponent getting away from him. Looked like it should have been a penalty.
Of course, the USL, not a utilizer of VAR, so it's just about the impressions of the referee in real time. It's always tough to interpret those situations quickly. Serrano won't get through on this occasion. Caceres launches it down the pitch for Burke, and Loss waits for it to bounce right into the entrance of his penalty area. And a promising sequence for Lou City, but nothing slipping through. They certainly have a complaint to air about that missed call, but they've also had many other opportunities they haven't taken advantage of. Perez, time to settle it. Cuts by one defender. Perez plays in the center. Second effort. It's still there. Perez! It won't get by the Lexington defense. Putting their bodies on the line.
What an impact Manny Perez has had in this game. One-on-one, unstoppable. He gets this ball back after the block. He tries to get it on frame this time. What a way to win back possession. Morris getting in the way. New City threatening, looking for the go-ahead goal.
From the right corner flag. Lou City continue to knock. Chance to shoot, and he'll take it! Punched away by Thompson. A left-hand save from the young goalkeeper.
Confidence on full display here from Thompson. diving to his left, sure-handed, one-handed save. It's never going to be beaten from there.
That one headed off target. Definitely said that was a left-hand save. That was his right, diving to his left. Using your offhand as you're falling away, always impressive. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Lifted ball headed back in the center. And that one blasted out of danger. Something had to be done, and Corey Burke did it. Serrano sends it inside. Three changes now for Terry Boss. Nick Firmino, Jacob Green, and Forster Ajago step into the game. All quality players stepping on for Lexington. And out comes Edry Caceres, Kieran Sargent, and Corey Burke.
Terry Boss reading the moment of the match perfectly. It hasn't been easy for his side. Maintaining possession and creating opportunities. Three fresh players coming on. This could prove to be a big moment in this game. Are they going to be able to acclimate to the pace of the match? Just under 20 minutes left. It
has been a bit of a barrage for Lou City as of late. Those personnel changes, we'll be hoping to mix that up. Thompson gets a piece of it. Oh, Wilson won it all to glory. Here's Perez. Dastardly since he came on. McFadden with the service. Falls down in the penalty area, but can't be collected. And now Adida Kun going down the left touchline. He's got a runner. He's going to switch the point of attack. Just too far ahead. He's looking for Midense. Firmino was also streaking forward. There's another option there on the breakaway. Firmino with fresh legs, zooming down the grass. Thompson with quick distribution. Firmino will roll it over to his right-hand side. Been playing more of a defensive holding midfield role recently for Lexington after starting the year as more of a number 10. Pressure, wins the ball back for Louisville. Lampert, all the time, another blocked shot for Lexington. Here they come again. Swirling cross, booted away. Midense takes some head contact. It's going to be a foul on Midense. Kyle Adams with some choice words being exchanged there with Midense. So Alfredo Midense will be given a yellow card here for that little transaction. So, about 15 minutes plus stoppage time to go in this one. Lou City have had the better of the chances. And that one will be easy for Brooks Thompson to handle. West 6th Brewing is a proud partner of the Lexington Sporting Club. With dynamic taproom locations all throughout the state of Kentucky, you can enjoy Wessex locally crafted beers for all your adventures. Enjoy a Stadium Ale, the official craft beer of Lexington SC. Find them at all your home games or at your favorite retailers around Lexington. Perez, nice feed in the middle. This shot won't break through. So many chances inside the penalty area for Lou City, but just about all of them have hit a blue jersey. Perez! And screaming down that left-hand side was Sam Gleedle. Didn't quite connect.
Just a wall of blue jerseys standing in front of Lou City. Perez unselfishly looking for the assist. It was always going to be tough. It was a tight angle, but shot on frame. Probably the better of the options available to the substitute. Less than 15 minutes left. You have to ask the questions of the goalkeepers. A rebound falls to a teammate, maybe a mistake by the netminder. You have to be able to generate chances and get them on frame. That is exactly what head coach Danny Cruz spoke about ahead of this game. And once again, for Louisville, scoring goals has been a problem, and the ideas and that final bit of execution in front of the net, leaving a lot to be desired.
Nick Firmino surveying his options. Won't get rid of it until he likes the decision he can make. Meanwhile, the heroic defending for Lexington in this game continues. Terry Bossman saying, games are won and lost in the penalty boxes. And the defensive prowess has definitely been there, and they're starting to find their chemistry on the offensive end. Early in the year, they had to keep changing their lineup, and it's hard to build that chemistry on the attacking side when the personnel has to keep being changed, but they've been able to get more consistency as of late. Adidi Kuhn lets that one get away from him. Now it's Gleedle. A lot of grass in front of him. Davila just has to get a touch on it. Bouncing ball inside, booted up by Williams. Blue City continuing to lay siege on Lexington. It has been all on this end of the pitch. 28 shots for Louisville City. But now a moment of reprieve for Lexington after this contact. Forster Ajago goes down. Made his debut last time these two teams met, and then had an unfortunate red card exit in that game, so we're looking to make this appearance a much better showing. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Williams feeds it to his new counterpart, Nick Firmino. Right now, these two teams on the outside looking in of the knockout stage of the Jägermeister Cup. Both Charlotte Independence and Loudoun United winning their games puts them above these two sides in Group 5. Two more changes for Lou City here. First, Evan Davila, brother of Taylor Davila, subs on for Ray Serrano. And then, more notably, Brian Ownby back on the field for Lou City. Just his second official appearance of the season. He also played in a friendly this year. His second Jägermeister Cup appearance for a man in his 9th year with Lou City.
Brings a lot of experience, a lot of know-how off the bench. Can he be the difference here? Don't need many touches in this type of game, 1 or 2 at most, because those shooting windows close down quickly with so many defensive players in their own half.
Thompson claims that service. Under 10 minutes to go of the 90. Still deadlocked at 0-0. Lou City at this point in the game have over a 2.1 XG. That doesn't mean anything if you can't actually take advantage of the opportunities presented. I said earlier, 28 shots. Now, only 4 of them have been on target, but that is still a flurry of opportunities that Lou City have conjured throughout this match. The first half, Lexington had a good couple of moments, but the pitch has been awfully tilted here in the second half. 13 shots to 3 in favor of Lou City. And all it takes is one moment. Here's a Jago. Ref will hold play. Ordonez is down on the ground after making that challenge against Forster Jago. Kevon Lambert there looking to help. When talking to Danny Cruz this week, I asked him what valuable experience was gained from that FC Tulsa matchup. Obviously, 2 powerhouses in their respective conferences right now. And he mentioned the situational awareness late game, defending long throws, defending the corner kick that did eventually go in to tie the game in favor of FC Tulsa. Just learning about how you have to stick through it through the entirety of the match, not even just for 90 minutes, but for 90 minutes plus the stoppage time. It's those kind of razor-thin games that end up make or breaking your season once you get into postseason play. And it could be what makes or break their Jägermeister Cup campaign here tonight. They need to find something on the offensive end, just a little extra quality, and then if they do that, they're gonna turn around and hold down the fort on the other end of the pitch. Great to see all the different views here at Lexington SC Stadium. Kentucky soccer is in a great place right now. Adidakun rolls it ahead. Hafferty with the ball inside. Loss claiming that one over top. Looking like a tight end in traffic as Brian Ownbeat collects the ball. Ownbeat, the wily striker, still with it. And that's going to be a corner kick for the visitors. Evan Davila to take this corner. back into the fray, still loose. And now play will halt, offside flag goes up. Five minutes of the allotted 90 to go. Louisville trying to advance in the Jägermeister Cup. Lexington searching for their first win against Lou City. Also worth mentioning, Commonwealth Cup trophy up for grabs tonight. But that one is on an aggregate of the two matches they played this season. Louisville have the 2-0 advantage there, so unless there's a flurry of goals here at the end of the game, Lexington may have to live to fight another year for that trophy. Louisville in a good spot to claim the first ever Commonwealth Cup trophy. And that's just one of the two trophies that are in the discussion for this game here. Of course, the Jägermeister Cup in general on the line for these two sides. Now both teams be seeing themselves out of the competition. Service blocked. Midense will collect it. Jago rolls it out to Adidakun. Michael Adidakun has a man running, plays it into the center. It's in! The crowd erupts as Jacob Green puts Lexington Sporting Club up top.
And listen to this crowd. Absolute scenes in Lexington. A textbook counter. Adidakun, after a difficult match, making all the right decisions. The pace, the first touch, and the vision to spot his teammate right around the penalty spot. Jacob Green with the darting run out of the back. He opens up his body. Top corner. No chance for loss in goal. And what a moment for that young man and for this crowd in attendance against the run of play, but Lexington are able to go in front right at the death.
Jacob Green potentially giving Lexington the opportunity to win their first ever game against Lou City. And what an exciting conclusion it would be to this one for Lexington. 6 games unbeaten coming into this one, and this would just turn that momentum up another mock. Going back into regular season play. They've got a road trip against Colorado Springs on Friday. Gonna make you all that more eager for the road trip. But this one's not all said and done. Lou City find a late answer. Perez. Cross. Won't stay in bounds. So some housekeeping for you. After that goal was scored, there was a change for Lexington. Alfredo Midense, who was a second half substitution, we'll see his stint end, and Marcus Epps, one of the leaders of this side, will step on. Now, Lexington, who have seen 29 shots go against them. They have weathered the storm, and boy, has it been a storm here in the second half. Owen B on the other side. Owen B plays it across. No one to get there for Lou City. 5 more minutes to go. A sliding challenge. Knock it out, and we'll stay with the home side. Michael Adidakun with his first assist with Lexington. Jacob Green getting his first goal with Lexington. And what a way to do it. Lambert. Now to McFadden. Wide to Davila. Evan Davila. Curling ball inside. Punched away. Played back inside. Another body block, but it breaks through. A late answer for Lou City. Jake Morris puts this one back on level terms.
Nothing Thompson can do here. Louisville just peppering this box with opportunity after opportunity. Another incredible block. The rebound falling to Morris, an intelligent touch to carry the ball away from the defender and open up the shooting window. All he had to do was get it on target from there, and that is exactly what he did, and we are level.
I said earlier that Kentucky soccer was in a good place, and now both of these teams have put on one heck of a show tonight to amplify that. And there's still time, 3 more minutes. Could it be Lou City who flipped the script? McFadden to his left-hand side. Out wide they go. Intervention doesn't put the play to rest. Davila to his left-hand side, rocketing shot, hits the head of Senge. And they're gonna blow the whistle here because that one went straight to his head.
And Mark, we spoke about the key word for Lexington, brave. Brave at the back. That is how head coach Terry Boss described his team. And we've seen it not just with this block from Zenge, but throughout the game. Putting your body on the line, sacrificing for your teammates. It has all been there. Take a look at this, right on the temple. A shot struck with plenty of power. Zenge does not care. All that matters is making sure that that attempt does not reach his teammate Thompson in goal. What a side, what grit. What a game we have seen between these two sides battling it out. This rivalry is going to be something special for years to come.
Worth noting, given the Jägermeister Cup format, if this stays a draw after the final whistle, we will go to penalty kicks, and although I don't think that's going to do too much for these two sides as far as the Jägermeister Cup is confirmed, or is concerned, I should say. But the fact of the matter is this has been one heck of a match, and one of these teams will get to have the last laugh, should that be the case. Adidakun taps it forward. He's got it back, returned to him. So we did have all that stoppage. We have just about hit the 95 minutes, but given that slowdown, we'll basically just be waiting for Corbin May to decide when this game concludes. Marcus Epps is it into Firmino. That's well done. Nick Firmino with the cross. Not well placed. Covered here by the goal scorer, Jacob Green. Adidakun. Finding a window, swerves it in. No one to pick it up for Lexington. And almost a huge breakaway for Louisville. Ownby could still create something. McFadden. Tapping it back to Perez. Any moment could be the last one in this game. Lambert up to Perez. Kevon Lambert sends the ball inside. Trickles over to the left. Serrano takes the shot and scores! Jake Morris laces it. And Lou City come back from down 1 goal.
Mark, that is a wonder hit. That is sensational. Right at the death. What drama we have. The long cross in, the settle, the touch, and the rocket in the top corner. What a goal, what a moment for that young man. Morris wins it for Lou City. And this rivalry just ignites once again.
Jake Morris with 2 stoppage time goals for Lou City. And in stunning fashion, their Jägermeister Cup hopes have been rekindled. Unreal scenes here in Lexington. It was well contested. It was hardly fought. And it may just be wrapping up here. A free kick for Lou City. They have held the mantle of Kentucky soccer for years, and it stays that way in 2025. Lou City come back and win 2-1 against Lexington in a stunning Jägermeister Cup match. 3 points tonight, and the Commonwealth Cup go to Danny Cruz's unit. Jake Morris with a brace in stoppage time. We're going to step aside quickly here. When we come back, we'll collect our thoughts. I'm sure everybody at home still need to collect theirs as well. Post-game after this on ESPN+. 2-1 your final score, Lou City victorious.
Who is Lexington Sporting Club? We are the professional soccer team in the heart of the Bluegrass. From our Youth Academy to the Women's Super League to the Men's USL Championship team, we're building the future. From every corner of Lexington, we are united under one crest. This is your team. This is your community. Together, we are creating our story and leaving our mark. This isn't just any club. It's a club to call your own. Get your tickets today at lexsporting.com/tickets.
I shouldn't be here. That's what the first 3 doctors said. that even if I made it to remission, I'd probably never climb again. But I did, because I wanted a different answer. And I found it at UK Healthcare. They took a drug nobody else had yet. 12 rounds of chemo and a 16-person team. But here I am, right where I was never supposed to be.
Lexington is the Kentuckiest place in the world. Just look at it. It's by far the bluegrassiest, the bourbonist. See? The artsiest, and hands down, the horsiest. Oh, look, that one has a baby. I don't know why you would look anywhere else. Looking for the coolest, most Kentuckiest getaway? Look at Lexington.
Oh my goodness, what a game we had here in Lexington. Louisville City, 2 stoppage time goals after an 87th minute goal from Lexington. 2-1 your final score. Lou City victorious here. Mark Schoenster, Antonio Aquilino with you on ESPN+. Let's take a look at these highlights here, Antonio. A lot of good chances throughout this game. Lou City ended with 34 shots, but it was Lexington who for a moment thought they were going to get their first win against Lou City. Well done on the breakaway.
Beautiful ball squared in, and that is a goal scorer's finish from a defender, Jacob Green, opening up his body, leaning back and finding that top corner.
Throughout the entire game, Lexington put their bodies on the line to defend, but Louisville persisted, and Jake Morris found the tying goal. And we thought, all right, we might be going to penalties here tonight. But Lou City had different plans in mind. Jake Morris with one heck of a strike here on the left.
Absolutely. He gets to the end of this cross, the explosive move to get away from his man, and then this is all power, technique. It all comes together for the substitute. Another defender finding the back of the net. What an incredible game.
One incredible game, and what an incredible stat line we have here. Stuffed to the brim with numbers all over the place. And we didn't really get to talk about it that much because it wasn't a topic of conversation, just one booking. So despite how intense this game was, a relatively clean match between these two sides. Just a fabulous game of footy.
The two managers making all the right moves, putting in players who impacted the game across the pitch. All of the goals scored by substitutes. At the end of the day, Louisville City remain unbeaten against Lexington, but this rivalry will be gifting us moments like this for the years to come.
So the Commonwealth Cup goes to Lou City. The victory goes to Lou City, and that is where our show will end. First, we'd like to thank the presenting sponsor of the Commonwealth Cup, Republic Bank. But for our entire broadcasting crew, Antonio Aquilino, I'm Mark Schoenster. Your final score is Lou City 2-1. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned in on all the Jägermeister Cup through the rest of today.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.